Welcome. Today, we're diving into how Dr. S.K. Singh has updated quality systems to align with the latest ICH E6R3 guidelines. We'll explore what these changes mean, why they matter, and how they help ensure better compliance and improved outcomes in clinical research. Let's get started. Let's start by looking at what ICH E6R3 really is. It's the newest update to the Good Clinical Practice Guidelines, the rules that keep clinical trials safe and reliable. This revision isn't just about rules on paper. It's designed to support new ways of doing trials, like using digital tools, decentralized methods, and smarter risk management. The main goals: protect participants, ensure trustworthy data, encourage innovation, apply quality management proportionally, and promote global consistency. The big shift here moves us from checking quality after the fact to building it in from the start with ongoing oversight. Let's look at what's new in the latest guidelines. Quality is now built right into the protocol design, not just checked after the fact. There's more flexibility to support innovative trials, and technology plays a bigger role than ever before. Sponsors have stronger oversight responsibilities, and data governance is tighter. We're moving from a compliance-heavy approach to one that's risk-based and focused on what really matters: critical data and key processes. Monitoring shifts from extensive on-site visits to a hybrid, digital-first model. Overall, quality is integrated throughout the entire study, not just an add-on. Let's dive into the core elements of a quality management system under ICH E6R3. It starts with quality planning, defining what's critical to quality or CTQ factors, and setting clear quality objectives. Then, quality assurance kicks in, with standard operating procedures, staff qualifications, and vendor oversight to keep everything on track. Quality control focuses on monitoring, data review, and protocol compliance. Continuous improvement ties it all together, using CAPA, lessons learned, and quality metrics to drive ongoing excellence. For example, during protocol development, the sponsor might flag informed consent and primary efficacy endpoints as critical areas needing extra attention. Let's talk about risk-based quality management. The ICH E6R3 guidelines really emphasize being proactive with risk throughout a clinical trial. It's not just about reacting to problems, it's about anticipating them. The process starts with identifying risks, then assessing their impact. Next, we control those risks, communicate about them clearly, and continuously review to adapt as needed. For example, if there's a risk of incorrect randomization, we might use interactive response technology, automated eligibility checks, and thorough investigator training to keep things on track. When we talk about critical to quality factors, we mean the key elements in a trial that keep participants safe and ensure the data we collect is trustworthy. These include things like eligibility criteria, informed consent, randomization, and keeping track of the investigational product. Also, collecting the primary endpoint and reporting safety issues are crucial. For example, in an oncology trial, progression-free survival is a critical endpoint. To protect its integrity, extra checks and centralized reviews are put in place. Let's talk about digital quality systems and the real benefits they bring to clinical trials. We get improved compliance, faster inspections, and better traceability, all critical for keeping trials on track and trustworthy. This digital transformation relies on modern technologies like electronic trial master files, data capture, e-consent, and risk-based monitoring platforms. For example, electronic informed consent isn't just a form. It automatically records version control, participant signatures, timestamps, and a full audit trail. This makes the whole process smoother and more reliable. When we work with vendors and service providers, the responsibility for trial quality doesn't go away. It stays firmly with the sponsor. That means we need to be proactive in overseeing these partners. This starts with vendor qualification, including risk assessments and thorough due diligence. We establish clear quality agreements, keep a close eye on performance, and conduct regular audits. For example, a central lab handling biomarker testing isn't just handed the job. It's carefully qualified, reviewed periodically, and audited to ensure data integrity throughout the trial. When it comes to regulatory expectations, data reliability is non-negotiable throughout the entire trial lifecycle. Electronic case report forms, or ECRFs, play a key role here. They ensure audit trails, user authentication, controlled access, and electronic signatures are all in place. This supports strong data governance and integrity. We follow the ALCOA plus principles, making sure data is attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. Plus, it needs to be complete, consistent, enduring, and available at all times. This is how we keep clinical trial data trustworthy. Here's an example of how we spot issues and respond quickly. In a recent quarterly review, one site showed delays in documenting informed consent. To address this, we launched targeted retraining and stepped up centralized monitoring. We track key performance indicators closely, like keeping protocol deviations under 2%, closing monitoring findings within 30 days, and resolving queries in less than 5 days. These metrics keep us on track and ensure quality stays high across the board. Let's look at some emerging technologies that support the ICH E6R3 guidelines. We're talking about tools like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and predictive risk analytics. Add to that remote monitoring, wearable devices, decentralized clinical trials, and digital twins, all working together to transform clinical research. For example, AI can analyze protocol deviations and spot trends in missing data or adverse events, helping us identify high-risk sites before big compliance problems show up. The benefits: earlier risk detection, less monitoring workload, and better protection for participants. To align with the ICH E6R3 guidelines, we focus on best practices across 4 key areas. First, technology using validated computerized systems, electronic documentation, secure cloud platforms, and strong cybersecurity controls. Next, continuous improvement, learning from experience, measuring training effectiveness, tracking quality metrics, and staying inspection ready. Then, governance with executive commitment, a patient-centric culture, and clear quality objectives. Finally, operations, emphasizing risk-based monitoring, ongoing quality reviews, vendor oversight, and effective corrective actions. Together, these build a robust quality system. When we talk about applicable regulations and guidelines, we're referring to a broad framework that keeps clinical trials safe, reliable, and efficient. These include key standards like ICH E6 and E8, which guide good clinical practice and study design, along with quality and risk management principles from ICH Q9 and Q10. We also consider FDA rules, EU regulations, and industry standards like GAMP5 and ALCOA Plus for data integrity. Aligning with these isn't just about compliance, it brings real benefits: safer participants, more reliable data, smoother operations, and stronger regulatory confidence worldwide. We're looking at how aligning quality systems with ICH E6R3 really strengthens clinical trial quality. It's about risk-based management, proportionate oversight, protecting participants, and ensuring data integrity. Quality isn't an afterthought, it's built into every stage of the trial lifecycle. This approach boosts compliance, improves efficiency, and delivers reliable, high-quality data. ICH E6R3 marks a big step forward in good clinical practice. It moves us from just ticking boxes to embracing integrated, risk-focused quality management. The goal: protecting participants, focusing on what's critical to quality, and driving continuous improvement. When we combine strong governance, quality risk management, validated digital tools, and a culture that values quality, we meet global expectations and deliver trustworthy clinical evidence. Thanks for joining me today. If you want to dive deeper or have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help. And once again, thank you for your time and attention. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you. This video was created with SlideSpeak. Visit SlideSpeak to turn your presentations into engaging AI-narrated videos.